Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, good day. Wherever you are, whenever you're seeing this, I hope you are good. So guys, I hope you guys are feeling amazing. We're going to be doing another reading today. You guys really liked the channeled message that I did last time, so we're going to do another one kind of the same way. This message is going to be for those who are thinking of giving up. So hopefully if you are thinking about giving up, if you're battling with whether you should keep going on or whether you should just throw in the towel, that this message comes across your Explore page or it comes across your timeline, because this is what we're going to be getting into today. If you are thinking about giving up, watch this message before you do, and hopefully there's some messages here that encourage us to keep going. I haven't looked into these cards yet, okay, but let's go ahead and get right into it. I thank you guys for being here and appreciate you guys for being here. As always, make sure you guys check down below to book private sessions with me, to check out the Instagram, everything and then some. Make sure you check down below in the description box to get into everything. And again, I hope you guys are doing great and feeling really, really good. Book your private sessions with me down below, and let's go ahead and get into this reading. If you have been considering giving up, or if you're thinking about giving up, then this message is for you. Let's get into it. So not in any particular order, guys. Let's just kind of go through the cards as I pulled them. So the first three cards that we have, outrageous openness. This card says, dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed and I am open to receive. I am open to receive. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachment. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed. I am open to receive. So out the gate, if you're thinking about giving up or if you're considering giving up, just be open. You know, maybe you're pushed to the point where you're ready to give up because you're just so, you have this tunnel vision where maybe you only want this one thing, but maybe you need to accept something else into your life in order for this next thing to make its way into your life. So everything is always going to be leading us where we need to be. And when you have your eyes on one particular prize and you don't want to accept anything in your life except for this one thing, that might throw everything else off, or it might put you in a position where you're stagnant, just waiting and waiting and waiting, where you could have been in a position where you were learning and getting prepared to step into this new space. So be outrageously open to whatever God is going to bring into your life and however you're going to be prepared for this new season that you're stepping into. We never know how we're going to get prepared, okay, to step into a new season, quite literally. So I think it's always good to just be open to whatever lesson may come your way, because a lot of times we don't want the lesson. We're just ready for the finish line and we miss so much opportunity that sometimes the finish line comes and we aren't even ready because we missed those lessons. So don't give up if you feel like you're in a season of lesson after lesson after lesson. Be open to receiving everything that's for you in those moments. We also have change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. This is such a spiritual drag. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything. Why are you controlling everything? That makes no sense, okay? Why do you think you can control everything? That doesn't make any sense. That's literally what this says. The utter madness of trying to control everything. You come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. So stop trying to control everything. Maybe that's what we want to give up to, because we're being too constricted. Have flexibility in life. One of the best things that I learned about life, just to help me go and flow with life, is to truly flow with life as things come in and out of my life, as people do, as opportunities do, as I change and grow and evolve. I have to just accept whatever may come, because we're not in control of everything, and your ego wants to keep you safe, protected, really just comfortable, which really means keep you in the same space. Your ego really wants to keep you exactly where you are. So we have to recognize that we can't always be comfortable. We can't always have what we want. We can't always be in a space where we feel good, and just releasing that will definitely keep you moving forward, because a lot of times we want to give up because we feel like, I'm not comfortable right now, so I just need to give up so I can get comfortable. We want to give up because we feel like giving up is going to be easier than fighting, but we're always going to be fighting. We're either going to be fighting for our dreams, or we're going to be fighting for mediocrity. We're going to be fighting for our dreams, or we're going to be fighting for a boring, bland life that's going to challenge us anyway, because no road we take is going to be without obstacles. So be open to change and embrace change. We also have grounded. This says, many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with dignity, joy, and courage. Many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. So I love this message about being grounded, just about being humble, about chasing, enlightenment rather than chasing things. That could be another reason why we're kind of being pushed to give up. Do you feel like you're not doing enough because you don't have the things? Is it the things? Is there material stuff that we're chasing? Maybe it is because we have woman holding a coin. So let's keep getting into it, guys. We have balanced spirituality and practicality. Balanced spirituality and practicality. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. And we have emotions are running high, super moon. We also have full moon in Pisces. So emotions are running high and expect powerful change. This moment where everything is kind of hitting the fan, this moment where everything is spinning and everything is unfolding and everything is kind of cracking open. This is your chance to learn, to release, to get it together, to make your discoveries, to pick up whatever you need to from this space. It's kind of like life is kind of always falling apart and coming back together. But when everything falls apart, you're able to it's kind of like if you have a piggy bank of life. And when you smash that piggy bank, everything falls apart, but you can get to what's on the inside. And as you're getting to what's on the inside, it's being put together again. And then you're going to move forward and it's going to smash all over again, because that's how things in life are. We're growing and we're losing things and we're gaining things, and everything's always changing. So we want to get in the habit of recognizing when we're in a pivotal moment. And in a pivotal moment, everything is falling apart. All things are falling apart when we're in a moment of change. So recognize that and don't run from your emotions. If you're feeling emotional, if you're feeling dramatic, if you're feeling sensitive, if you're feeling like every little thing is making you want to push yourself off the edge, then pause in these moments and have a conversation with yourself. Think about what you're feeling. Think about why you're feeling that way. Have people in your life that you're able to have conversations with and talk to them. And, having a support system is going to be so important for us moving forward, because there's so much that we need to get from support systems that we can't always give ourselves. So it's really, really important to be able to have people where you can lean on them and trust their voice, trust what they have to say, trust the direction that they're going to be leading you in and guiding you towards. We really want to be in a space where we can really connect with our, environment and with the people that God has put into our lives. So that's going to be something really, really big. And again, balancing spirituality and practicality. You have to do something about the stuff that you're learning. You have to do something about what you're seeing. If you're recognizing that you're not supposed to be here anymore, that something's supposed to be elevating for you, that you're not supposed to be in one space, but you're supposed to change, whatever you're picking up on, what are you going to do about it? When we aren't in a space where we feel like we can do something about our downloads, that can be where we start to doubt ourselves and feel disgusted and feel aggravated and just get so sick and tired of where we are. But that's the moment of change. No matter what it is, even if it's just something small, like I've really been working on these last couple of days because I want a lot of change in my life right now. And this is my 30th trip around the moon. Lord help me. This is my 30th trip around the sun. I'm not even taking that edit out because that is so on brand for this goddamn video. This is my 30th trip around the sun, okay? Next year I'm going to be 30. I kind of expected life to just flip me open and inside out, as I'm in this season. But I've really been having to be proactive about the things that I want. It's like if I want a home, I can't just sit and talk about how I want a home. I have to start looking for homes, and I have to write up an acceptance letter for my home and know that it's on the MFing way. I can't just sit about how I want this so bad. I have to do whatever I can to make it happen. And it's so hard to bridge the gap between wanting and then just doing whatever to make it happen. But finding that bridge, finding your own way to get from what you want to bring it into your life is the golden moment that I feel like a lot of us are in right now. And that's why it feels like it's so hard to not give up, because you have so many different things that are kind of pushing you to just be like, it will be better to just let this continue to be on the path that it's on right now. It will be harder to go against the grain and try to change everything right now, but yes, it would be harder, but who cares if it's harder, because that's what we need. And that's what we really want right now. So we're going to be recognizing the benefit and the importance of just giving ourselves what we want. No matter how much we have to sacrifice, no matter how hard it may be, no matter how frustrating it may be, you deserve to have what you want. You deserve to have what you want. And this is a full circle moment of you finally stepping into that and you finally getting that. So yeah, make sure you're able to do whatever it takes to get what you want. Let's keep getting into it, guys. We have woman holding a coin, goddess of the moon, and we have angel of balance. So beautiful. Woman holding a coin. Definitely a bag coming in. There's some abundance on the way. Of course, this is about getting prepared for this new chapter. We know this. Also angel of balance and goddess of the moon. So we have to find this balance between our femininity, our vulnerability, our openness, our intuitiveness, and also doing what needs to be done. I think that's why we also have that balance, spirituality and practicality, because the spiritual and the practical world are constantly at odds. You could be feeling great spiritually and be doing really bad practically, and you could be doing really good practically and feeling really bad spiritually. So it's such a dance to find this median, because a lot of the things that make us happy practically aren't really needed for spiritual happiness, and a lot of spiritual happiness has nothing to do with, practical success, or happiness. So I think it's really important to find things that satisfy us in both spaces. It would be so easy if we could just be satisfied with the things or just be satisfied with the energies. But, we're not all thing and we're not all energy. We're half and half. We're human and we're spirit combined in one. So we have to make sure that we're tending to both parts of us. So yes, while we are in a very emotional space, while we are in a space where the symbolism is jumping out at us and we're recognizing the purpose of everything and we're seeing the wisdom behind it, that doesn't mean that we still don't have to sit in it. That doesn't mean that we still don't have to be in it. That doesn't mean that we still don't have to experience it. It's like, and that is so hard and so aggravating. And please believe I'm dragging myself while I'm going through this reading too. But it's like, sometimes, especially when you're intuitive or when you just be knowing, you get in a situation and you're like, okay, I know why I'm here. Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up. I'm ready to get what I'm supposed to get up out of here. But that's not how things work, So this season is also about just kind of having that angel of balance and being able to remain unshaken, in these moments, remain unshaken. Like, I think that's a really good thing. That's what I'm going to be repeating to myself this week, to remain unshaken. And I think that'll be something good for you guys to repeat as well, just to remind yourself to keep it together. Because it's so much at stake right now. And I don't like to ever say that there's a lot at stake, because I don't ever think that, if we don't get it now, we won't be able to get it in 2027 or whenever. Some people do say that, but I don't know anybody's journey. I think if you take 15 years to get the point, then God knew you was going to be a little slow, so you've been prepared for whatever your journey is supposed to look like. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you're supposed to get right now, you're going to get it. But I do think that there's a lot for us to just kind of grab hold on right now. I know it's not just me. I know it's so many people. Everybody in my life, I feel like, is going through this huge, crazy 180 change kind of overnight, where we've kind of woken up with new minds and new energies and new perspectives. And we're in a really delicate dance of trying to bridge the gap between these two things. But I think that, again, we're in a really great space to take the necessary lessons that we're stepping into, the necessary obstacles, and bring gold out of it. This is about finding the gold and digging the gold out of those situations. So let's get into it, guys. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the reading. Of course, we have Bear, danger, especially in money matters. Okay, obviously practical stuff is going awry. Anytime God needs to get our attention, he's like, how about I make you broke? How about that? That'll make you get on your knees and start praying. And that's so ridiculous. But I think a lot of times when we're pushed against our back in terms of being able to survive, that always makes us start to look at things like, wait, what needs to change here? Okay, we have Cat, a two-faced friend. Firecracker, excitement. Flute, disappointment in a friend or a lover. We have Horse, short journey. And we have Horseshoe, good luck. So we have Horse, short journey, and then we have Horseshoe, good luck on our journey. So with the danger in the money matters, okay, danger in money matters. There's definitely some stuff going on in career right now, because we have women holding a coin and balance spirituality and practicality. I definitely think we're stepping into new spaces in career. So just make sure you're on top of it. Don't sit there and complain and wait to get fired. Figure out a backup plan. Don't sit there and wait until you're so sick and tired you got to walk out and cuss everybody out. Figure out what you need to do right now, or say something to somebody. Be really actionable about what you want, and don't be afraid. Be excited that you can see it coming. You already know what's happening, so get ready right now. We have a two-faced friend, and we have disappointment in a friend or a lover. Just be open to whatever you're being shown about people, and if you're having to cut a lot of people off, don't let that make you want to give up. Sometimes that does make us want to give up, because we lose so much of our support system, and it's like, oh my God, I lost the person that I usually talk to about my goals. I lost the person that I usually, have the deepest conversations with about where I'm going. Who am I going to talk to now about this? Or who am I going to confide in now about this? Talk to yourself and talk to the Lord until somebody else comes knocking on your door. Find you some online support groups, join a group chat. There's so many different spaces where you can find community. So get into it. But when you recognize you need to let somebody go, let them go. And don't let other people not meeting your expectations. Don't let that make you change how you feel about yourself Don't let that influence how you feel about where you're going or what you're destined for. With this excitement and short journey and good luck, I feel like this is going to be, I feel like this is all going to be getting ironed out soon. I don't think that we're going to be in this confusing, frustrating space for long. I feel like everything is going to be, flowing very beautifully. We do have excitement, so you guys might have a really cool job opportunity coming up, or you might just have a new opportunity to do something great. And we have good luck as well on this journey. So I do think that there's going to be an opportunity coming up very soon that's going to just show us why we have to deal with all of this in the first place. Okay, we have perfect timing. As we know, perfect timing within the next few months. So get ready. Within the next few months, we have forgiveness. Let it go. Don't bring it into this future space with you. And we have get more information. Get more information. You want to meditate, you want to journal, you want to pray, you want to have conversations with people, have conversations with yourself. If you're curious about something, ask. If you want to know an answer, ask. If you need to have a conversation, bring it up. Even if it doesn't go good, just bring it up and try your best. Journal about it like I mentioned. Do whatever you need to do. Do whatever you need to do to get the answers that you need, because you don't want to step into this next chapter wondering. And I think having a bunch of question marks is also what makes us want to give up. Feeling like no matter how far we move ahead, it's always more stuff in the past for us to worry about and stress about. Having that take our attention off the present moment is enough to make us want to give up in the present moment. So forgiveness is going to be big. Make a habit of forgiving yourself, of forgiving people, of forgiving situations. Just say, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. Just speak forgiveness over yourself and over the people in your life and over everything around you, so you don't hold that stuff in. When we aren't able to forgive, it makes us hold on to grudges. It makes us hold on to negativity. It blocks up our creativity and our vision, and that's why it's so difficult to see ahead, because we're so focused on the past and we can't let the past go. So how can we see 6 months down the line to know that what this person did to us don't even matter? How can we see a year down the line and know that this actually made us better, but we can't even recognize it, So we really want to make sure that we're being mindful of how we're feeling about ourselves and where we're going and where we're, stepping into these chapters, and that we're being mindful of how we step into them, and that we're just, taking every opportunity that we can to clean up as we're moving forward, because stuff is popping off. You're able to see stuff and recognize stuff. Make sure you're doing something about it, whether you're bringing it up to yourself, you're journaling, you're speaking about it to the person. Bring it up and make it happen. We have baby steps. Action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. Action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. Love, 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 love this card. Like I said, if you've been called to do something, don't wait. Okay, don't wait. If you know it's time for you to get a new car and you up for a bonus at work and your car's starting to make some trouble, figure out what kind of car you want. Start getting your ducks in order. Start getting ready to move. Start getting ready for your new job. Update that resume. Book that therapy session. Book that personal training. Get your mind right. Whatever you need to start doing, follow your intuition before it makes sense. It's not about what makes sense to you. If God has planted a seed in your heart, trust the seed. Trust where you are led. Trust where that seed takes you. Trust it, trust it, trust it. Lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. This is really why we want to give up, because the veil is being lifted. The veil is being lifted. The gag is. Every time you look around, you're like, the gag is. When you're surrounded by gags, honey, when everything is gagging you for life, and you're like, girl, I've been living around this, I've been walking around this, I've been listening to this, I've been saying this, I've been believing this, I've been laying next to this. Yeah, girl, the gag is. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. This is your time to say, okay, if you're not giving me what I need, if this isn't giving me what I need, if I'm not feeling my best when I'm around you, if I can't feel like I can open up to you, if I feel like I have some exciting news and you're the last person I want to tell, if I'm feeling anxiety about, spending time with you, if I get exhausted just thinking about, when you call me on the phone because I know you're going to be begging for something, if I keep saying yes when I know I want to say no, how can I get balance? How can I find alignment? And when you aren't willing to do the work to find that alignment, of course you want to give up. Because of course we start to think, life sure was easier a month and a half ago before I knew all of this. Life was easier when I was just, letting everybody treat me any kind of way, and when I didn't know this about my boss, and when I didn't know this about my whatever. Life was so much easier. But this is where we are. And I think we learn more and more as we get older how bliss ignorance really is. Isn't ignorance bliss? Isn't ignorance bliss? Ignorance is so bliss, honey. I haven't had peace of mind since I've been ignorant. Literally. Since I've been ignorant. That was the last time I had peace of mind. When you step into knowing stuff and seeing stuff and being aware of stuff, every day you're like, What will be revealed to me today? What will be gagging me today? Because every day something else is brought to your attention, and that's how I feel like that's how we've been feeling. I feel like it's been bam, 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 like back to back. Like every time we try to pivot and make a change, we're like, okay, fuck, I can't go this way. Oh fuck, I can't go this way because of this or because of this or because of this. So just, I don't want to say get used to that, but because you're having to do it so much, get used to the dance. You know, don't think about it as like, oh my God, I have to change. Oh my God, I have to change. Think about it as, oh, I was hoping that I could move away from this, or oh, let me dance away from this situation, or oh, let me bounce over here. Like, think of it as a good thing that you're able to kind of, I don't want to say ping pong, but it does kind of feel like we're being ping ponged around a little bit. Think of it as a good thing that you're able to flow gracefully between these different spaces. It may not feel graceful to you, but it is, because the sooner you're able to learn and get out of there, the better, the better, the better, the better. And you'd rather be the person that's learning and learning and learning and learning and dipping and dipping and dipping and dipping than the person that's stagnant in every space and every situation for 5 to 6 years, because it takes them 72 business months to be able to pick up on what God is putting down. Okay? You'd rather be the person that's figuring it out quick than the person that's taken 1,800 years to get to the meat of the situation, you know? So don't feel any type of way that you always finding something out about somebody, or just when you thought you could trust somebody else. Bounce on to the next thing. Bounce on to the next thing and be glad. Be glad that you're able to see stuff for what it is. Be glad that you're able to see stuff for what it is. Be glad that you're able to see stuff for what it is. We also have you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. I'm going to do a whole video about this, but I'm going to fit this in right here. Ask yourself who you're trying to be accepted by. Ask yourself who you want to be included by. Ask yourself, where do you want to fit in? A lot of times we just want to fit in so bad. We want to be included so bad. We want to be part of the team so bad. We don't realize that we're trying to be a part of a team of losers. We don't realize that we're trying to get a nincompoop to fall in love with us. We don't realize that we're trying to get a scrub to recognize our worth. Okay? Why you worry so much about people accepting you and people loving you and people just seeing you for who you are? Ask yourself, who am I trying to get to see me for who I am? Who is this? Is this someone of value to me? Is this someone of good character? Is this someone of worth to me? Or is this someone that I can't trust in the first place? Is this someone that I really don't want to be involved with in the first place? You know, like so many of us are at jobs that we don't like, and we just can't understand, like we're so uncomfortable and we hate that we're so uncomfortable. It's like, ask yourself, why are you trying to be comfortable in a space that's not for you? Why do you want to be comfortable doing something that you know you're not supposed to be doing? Like, of course you're never going to be comfortable there. Why do you want to be comfortable with a friend that you know you've been supposed to cut off, and you're just so aggravated that you have to keep being reminded that you have to cut this person off? Why don't you just cut them off then? You know? You're not for everybody. You're not for everything. When something isn't working, don't just turn it to you and say, what can I do? How much can I give? How much more can I sacrifice? How much more can I try to make myself... What? Maybe we need to ask ourselves, where are we trying to be included? And I think the topic of the video I'm going to do, because I'm going to do a whole video on this, about why it's good to be disliked. The power of being disliked. The power of not belonging. Because depending on the rooms you're in and the environments that you're in, if you're growing and you're evolving and you're changing and shifting, you're going to be in a lot of spaces that you do not belong. And you'll just be passing through. And after so many friends and so many relationships and so many jobs and so many roommates and so many family this and so many things, it can start to feel like, why are people not accepting me? Why are people not loving me? Why do people not value me? Why do this? Why do this? And we start to think, like, when you ask yourself, is it me? Look at the track record of who you've been trying to get to love you. Yes, you. It's who you choose. It's what you choose. It's the environment that you choose. You know, we keep going into jobs where we're overqualified and then we're overworked and underpaid. We keep connecting with friends that need us because of codependency, and then we're wondering why they need us so much and why they're so disrespectful to us when we can't show up for them. We keep connecting with people in relationships because of, you know, out of being shallow and out of our ego, and then we wonder why they can't fulfill us emotionally. It's time to definitely get real with ourselves and ask ourselves, okay, yes, I'm having to be, you know, maybe turned away from everybody, but what am I being turned away from? Are the doors that are being closed at my face, is it good that these doors are being closed in my face? Or do I really feel like God is playing with me right now? And not in the sense of playing, because God never plays, but it's like, do I really think that God is closing the door to like my $1 million opportunities? Or do I think that God is protecting me right now? Because realistically, you have a bit better chance of God protecting you. I don't know how y'all God is, but by God, honey, I have a better chance of God protecting me than God just setting me up to knock me down and laugh in my face. That's not how God works. That's not how my God works anyway. Anything I'm experiencing, even if I feel like the world is laughing at me, it's for my benefit. It's so I need to turn the mirror on myself and look at what I'm doing and why I'm in this space again, why I'm experiencing this again. So a lot of times, I guarantee you, if you're asking yourself, should you give up? You've already been here before. So what makes you want to give up? This is the get more information, questioning everything. What pushes you to this point? What backs you into this corner where you're like, maybe I should just give it up? Last 4 cards, guys. And this is from a deck that I really haven't ever used. I'm going to be doing a deck tour soon of my tarot and oracle cards, so stay tuned for that. But let's get into our last 4 cards. So we have Divine Matrix, and these cards are beautiful. Divine Matrix, Willing Release, gorgeous. Seeing Beyond, and the last card is the Oracle's Gift. Beautiful message to wrap us up, guys. So Divine Matrix, love this. Divine Matrix and Seeing Beyond. Make sure that you're able to recognize where you're stepping into. I feel like this third eye energy looks exactly like this in this person's third eye, but challenge yourself to see beyond. Challenge yourself to open up this third eye. Challenge yourself to release and let go of whatever is causing you to not recognize who you are and the messages that you have available to you. Forgiveness is going to definitely help you release and let go. Recognize that anything unaligned must go. Resentment has no place in your life. Guilt, shame, none of these things have a place in your life. And if they do, then what kind of life do you have? If these energies are familiar to you, then what kind of life is that? How have you allowed this to become your norm? And what can you do moving forward to make sure you're able to shift this energy so you're able to feel better every single day? Divine Matrix, trust the process and seeing beyond. See beyond what you're experiencing. Willing Release. Be willing to let go, but be excited to let go. Be excited when you get in a space and God says, I have more for you. Be excited about that. Don't feel like it's an attack, because it isn't. And lastly, the Oracle's Gift. Find your gifts. Find your gifts. This could be a good time for you to recognize where you're gifted, how you're being shown these messages. Is it coming to you in dreams? Is it coming to you in symbolism, in angel numbers, and what people are saying? Is messages just popping up for you? Is it coming to you after prayer, after meditation? When are you tapping into what you're seeing and experiencing right now? And make sure you're paying attention to these things and using these messages for your benefit. But yes, guys, thank you so much for tapping in. If you are considering giving up, let me know how this message made you feel. Let me know what this message made you think about. I really appreciate you guys, and I love y'all, and I thank you for being here. If you want to book a private session with me, check down below in the description box to get into it. I love you guys as always, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Bless.